Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on with y'all? Happy Sunday. Hope everybody good. Yeah, man. Already got everything got everything together. Thank y'all for tuning in. You already know yours truly. What's going on, y'all? Derek, what up? What's good, Ness? Yeah, we got two topics. We got two topics that sound real interesting. Chris, Chris is the one that brought up both of these topics. So now me, like I give him credit. I'm good, family. Waiting for my colleagues to get on, the co-hosts, both of them. You already know, got that thing on deck. But yeah, man, Chris came up with both topics. So yeah, these would be some interesting topics to speak on. So I did my homework on both of them. Well, one of them I didn't really have to do my homework on, but yeah, man, definitely got the Henny on deck. But got one of the co-hosts on there. You,
Yo, what up? What up?
what's going on, bro?
All is well. All is well.
Yeah,
So
I just finished giving you a shout out for coming up with both of these topics.
I came up with two topics.
Came up with both of them.
Greetings, PJ. How you doing?
What's going on? What's
Family,
going
what's
on?
going on, cousin?
Yeah, you came up with both of them. So I was like, rock out with both. How's your Sunday though?
Jackpot. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah. How's your Sunday?
It's coming along. It could have been worse. I just got off. I just got off an emergency meeting with one of the houses I'm a part of
Hmm.
in Masonry. Yeah, it could have been worse.
Okay. But everything good though?
Yeah, everything
What's going?
good.
Okay.
I don't play with. I don't do well with politics.
Yeah,
So
and that's the first topic.
I kind of just exit out the meeting.
I got you. But yeah, the first one had to do with the U.S. currency,
Okay, okay.
and then the second one is about um, black fathers losing leadership and respect in the household.
Okay.
So you know, um, I want
I
to.
came up with
Yeah,
that.
you came up with both of them.
Okay. I know I look at a lot of stuff. Uh, this
When you
meeting
sent,
kind of put me in a different place.
yeah, when you sent the first one, that was like early in the week when you brought up the whole U.S. currency, and I told you I was gonna look into it
Mhm.
because I ain't know much about it last week. I heard, but I ain't want to just start speaking on something I ain't doing my homework on. But I definitely did my homework with that one.
Okay. So,
But I don't wanna.
greetings, brother Sergeant Lamar, Sergeant Shamar. Pardon me. It's a good. That's a good brother. I encourage you to follow him as well. Um, I think it's imperative that you do follow him. He's definitely for the movement of us
Yeah.
as Black people.
Okay.
Um,
What's his name?
Sergeant Shamar, SGT Shamar.
Okay. Shamal. Shamal.
Definitely, definitely about to hold on to whatever cash I got. Me and my sister was just talking about that. She work in the banking industry as well.
Yeah.
She was like, it's imperative that you just start holding on to cash more than ever now.
Yeah. And if you gotta pay debit or credit, even I ain't used to that. I ain't used to paying things with my debit or credit to begin with. But
Then
that's
not only
the
that, everything is crashing. So
yeah.
when the internet and stuff crash over here, and
Hmm.
we're forced to, into communism, for lack of better words,
Right.
uh, that cash it means something when nobody else could use their cards.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then from what I heard, they can basically freeze your account if they
you
feel
have
like
no
it. You
more
could
privacy.
Yeah, you could be on a road and need like low on gas, and they could be like, oh, you can't spend more than what you already spent because you still got rent to pay, or
Yeah,
you still got to pay the like. How do you know all this? Like you monitoring? So it's just like it goes
you will
deep,
have absolutely no privacy
none,
whatsoever.
and it's like
You know,
I think the past year and a half, if I remember, it said the act like every dollar bill, like whether it's 100, the 50, the 20, the 10, the 5, and the 1, it lost 15 cents of its value in the past year and a half.
I can believe that they actually started burning money in 2008.
Yeah,
That's why a lot of bills become limited and stuff like that. We're a country that make our own money, literally.
but we also owe other countries.
That's since the beginning of this country. That's why China moving the way that. That's why China is moving the way they're moving, and these other countries is tired of United States telling us what to do, and unfortunately China about to tell them what to do.
This is United States of China.
Hmm.
Well, learn the language. Ni hao ma,
That's our biggest debt. That's what we owe
shay
our
shay
big.
ni.
That's what we owe our
Like
biggest debt to.
it's getting crucial, man. Like that dollar bill that people fight over so much and wanting to kill. So it's like when that goes, what are you chasing now? Like, are you sticking somebody up for they pin?
It's gonna be about survival. It's not even gonna be about the money no more.
Right.
People are gonna start killing over food,
Yeah.
all type of things. Doesn't need clothing.
Hmm.
You're
So
gonna
it's
be
like
so
that.
little about.
So I guess what they thought was by pulling back or by making that final decision, because of course the voting matters, right? Voting matters. So every
Presidents
time,
aren't elected; they selected.
so being that we live in this economy of freedom of speech and you should be obligated to express yourself. Yeah.
COVID was the test run.
Oh
This
yeah.
whole pandemic was the test run, Derek.
Yeah. Ronnie, what's going on?
Right
Appreciate y'all for
now, you're doing.
S Money.
As money was going on.
What's
That's a
going
good
on?
guy right there as well.
But yeah, you know what I mean. Like right now, our money is still like valuable in other countries. Right now,
Hmm.
it still is looked at as what's going on. It still is looked at as being one of the our money is probably still the highest. I think they said by 2025, the dollar bill, as far as like uh the value of it, will be
How you doing?
will be just will be comparison or be compared to the $50. And I was like, wait, here or other countries?
Probably here and other countries.
Because I was like, that's crazy. If that's the case, like, I mean, because we buy something that's $1.50, you give a $50 bill, you get 48.50 back. But if you telling me that the value of $1 is just as equal to a $50 bill by what I think they said, not 2025, 2035. That's what it was.
How you doing, Roddy?
What's going on? But I was like, I, it's one of those like I gotta see it to believe it. But then again, it's like all these crazy things.
Don't. I'm about to say, you be naive if you want to.
I was about
But
to finish it though. I was about to say like I ain't about to I ain't about to sit here and not just acknowledge the fact that what I mean, like we have no control over these things. We can voice our opinion all we want. Yo, Tim, what up?
It was good, bro. How you doing? I mean, we could voice our opinions and we could start being proactive.
Right. But
Start buying things like gold and stuff like that.
yeah,
Start different metals. They were kind
like I had
of telling us with this with the coin shortage. What's up, bro? How you doing?
yeah, like I know they're trying to get rid of. I know you sent me something else about something called Fed now.
Yes, right now is the new Cash App, so to speak.
Mm. And basically, the government is running that one.
Yeah. After the Cash App guy died,
Yeah.
the founder of Cash App passed away. Fed now came about. Well, they was talking about it a few years ago. One of the guys was on Power 105 talking about it.
Mm.
But now it's coming into effect. I think they want to give a trial run in like July, something like that.
July 1st.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
July
forgot the
1st.
exact date.
Um, when I looked at the video and I'm listening to him, I was just like, okay, so what the guy was saying was basically, um, when you do see it, you don't have to um just approve it. Like
Greetings, Dr. Frank.
basically read what you about to but what you're about to accept. But of course, people will see something and just automatically just press accept. What's going on? Greetings, greetings.
Greetings, Dr. Franklin. That was my dean in masonry. He's
Okay.
definitely a good person as well. Very knowledgeable.
Yeah.
You should definitely give him a follow as well, if you feel like it. But he's someone I hold to high regard and I speak highly of.
Okay. So the
Yeah, I
sergeant.
seen you was at the Ohio State spring game.
Yeah. Yeah. Chris told us. Yeah. But yeah, man. That's crazy with the whole Fed now situation. Um. When I'm listening to him, I was just like, ugh. So you got Fed now, then you got CDC. They are part of this whole situation with Fed now as well. As
Of
far as like
course,
just I was like, yo, what pockets they not in?
it's the government. What you mean?
So Pentagon, like Congress, Pentagon, like I want to know how is it that our votes matter, but at the same time,
Salema, how you doing?
what's going on? Tony, what's going on? What they say? It's really not
Is
if you ever with the book.
Behold a pale white horse that speaks about digital currencies and how to master that. Be on Earth plan to usher in a new world order
Mm,
about controlling your money. Absolutely.
yeah, like I haven't I'm gonna read more into the whole Fed now situation,
Hmm.
but for what I heard when I was listening to him, when I listened to the gentleman talk about it, I was just like, you can't you can't tell me that this wasn't years of developing. Like this ain't something they
This is
just thought of at the last
this is
minute.
decades.
Yeah,
This is decades.
like, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? Like, because at one point, you remember they didn't have all these third parties, these, credit, you know, uh, as far as like these apps, like the Afterpay, the,
Hmm.
uh, what's another one? Like PayPal been around for a while, but even PayPal was on some,
Afterpay, Squad Pay,
yeah,
Shopify, things like that.
like even PayPal was on some like, nah, if you don't got the money, we ain't,
Yeah,
we ain't
nah,
breaking
you no
we ain't
good.
breaking no payments. Now they breaking bread. Like even PayPal is on it now. So now PayPal be like, yeah, if you can't pay it all in full, what I mean, we got you for for the next 6 months. You paying this interest.
Yeah. Or
So
you could break it into four payments.
yeah, like
For sure.
so it's like is it better? I guess not really because you know what I mean. Like you know we
They control the powerful banks, the
oh yeah, definitely,
Rothschilds.
yeah.
That's why they got Gaddafi up out of there.
Hmm.
Gaddafi was coming up with a currency that would have crumbled what is it, the Chinese yen and
Yeah,
the US dollar, where you kind of didn't need them. Well, they kind of didn't need us for anything as far as when I say us, the United States
yeah.
or China.
But
So,
it's I even read an article where they said, China money probably within the next 5 to 8 years will be probably 30% valuable to our dollar. And I was
mhm.
like, yeah, I mean, China owns 80% of America.
They own a lot. They taking over Africa as well. They already
Hmm.
got the islands.
Like, I won't be surprised if, decades or not even decades, but I put 2 decades from now, if they have, what I mean, like some of these schools with, what I mean, like mandatory uh
It's
languages, as far as
the
like,
the, 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 the
as far as like
diversification in Africa.
learning Chinese in a way. Yeah,
It is indeed.
yeah.
Dr. Franklin, are you willing to come up and talk about that or give a synopsis of
Yes,
that?
we'll definitely appreciate it. We're learning about this as we go along with it as well. I've been following this. Ever since you told me about it. I've been following this since like this past Monday.
Okay.
Let me see if he'll accept the request.
My brother, the world's elite don't want to pay any one single country to dominate the world. They
Agreed.
wanted to make it a one world order, one government. Absolutely.
Hmm. No, he
You
declined.
notice the hospitals is like that too. Your records is pretty much is everywhere now.
Yeah,
So,
but you know what I feel bad for though? If this
cool.
starts sooner than what I think, um, the elderly,
Hmm.
like, now I'm saying, like, you got a lot of elderly out here that just stuck in their ways. They're not trying to learn all this digital. You know what I mean? Like when it comes to just like anything, like, what I mean? Like, God rest my mom's
Okay.
soul. God rest my mom's soul. But mom, she always wanted to learn
Yeah, they
computers.
right next to
Period.
me.
Like she always wanted to learn like computers. Period. But it's like with everything going digital, like, you know what I mean? Like you got people that just stuck in their ways as far as like just paying cash.
Yeah,
Whether they old or new. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just have some people that just used to having some type of money in their wallet.
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, everything. And to be honest, I don't trust these machines. I don't. Like, like I be seeing people tapping their debit cards everywhere. Like, and I'm like, yo, are you really checking your account every time you do that? Because you'll forget. Like, there's people that forget often that they even paid something just 2 days ago, and they just swiping away, not even aware. Like, you know what I mean? Like, your account is like negative. Your account is like a negative $1.50,
Right.
and you don't got that you don't got that overdraft protection. But even that, like, now I'm saying, like, some of these banks, they just let that shit still hit, and then
Hmm.
they ain't gonna tell you like your your account is negative. You're just gonna wake up one morning and just look at it. So you gotta pay that back plus they fee,
Right.
and it's like that's how they get you. Then it's like you gotta hope you get like a good representative that be like, yo, you know what I mean? Like I didn't know, blase blase. You gotta convince them because you might get somebody that's a straight up asshole. Just be like, nah. Like, now I'm saying, like, yeah, I hear you, but now you gonna have to pay that up, bro.
Have a case and absolutely, absolutely, absolutely.
Hmm.
I'm working on that. I'm actually about to turn my license in here so I can get me a permit for such.
Yeah, like, and I mean, and with all these gun laws, that's another thing. These gun laws, like these states, they opening up and just like approving it. So it's not like they,
I'm not opposed to it. I'm not gonna lie. When I was in Texas, I realized like everybody got a gun, and
yeah,
their crime wasn't as high. Like I get it, nobody want to get shot. Like
right. What's going on,
Ole.
T?
You says the Wawa is open carry, right? In Maryland, I don't know if it's open carry. Everybody I see is concealed, but I am talking to people that was in the military as well. They kind of got ways to go about things.
Right.
I had a few sit downs with them.
Yo, ASAP,
I
what up?
actually got to go to Salisbury, Maryland in the near future,
Yeah.
and to continue to have talks about those kind of things.
Oh, okay. Like with us having no control. Hold on. Overdraft can be a joke. Exactly. Just finished saying it. But but with us not even having control, like
Hmm.
how do we go about keeping structure as far as like within ourselves to not basically overthink with this situation? Because there's gonna be a lot of people going crazy. A lot of people
I
gonna
would
say,
say education, educate yourself, educate yourself. Overthinking usually comes from panicking,
hmm
so continue to educate yourself on it. I heard about it before. It's crazy. Tanya is one of the people that was like, we should be. She asked me last week, like, are y'all going to talk about that? And I was like, it's funny that you brought that up. I was just looking at it. And me and Tanya was talking about it,
yeah,
vaguely.
okay,
So, and then me and James, and then me and James was talking about it as well. So,
your brother or
I told James,
okay,
definitely have a plan.
yeah. And these, you know what I mean, like at one point, these bank. Now I want to see how these banks survive. Like,
They're crumbling.
are these?
What do you, they're
Oh, so they
crumbling.
are. Okay,
Yeah.
just
I
wanted to
told
make
you,
sure.
my sister work in a bank. She
Yeah, just wanted to make sure because I was just like, all that, you know, uh, you know, collecting people's money, but not helping their money grow. Now y'all suffering. Not the people that
because the
work for the
banks
banks,
would
but just the.
even, even the people that work for the banks, like they not exempt.
Well, I'm saying like as far as like that's not their bank because their name ain't on it.
Oh yeah,
Like the people that built these banks, yeah, they suffering way more unless they got a backup plan. Unless they got a backup plan, but even some of them are left in the dark.
right.
So if they ain't sitting at the table listening to these conversations, they just as lost as us. All we doing is just reading that information offline.
I mean, that's where they get their information from as well. They just more diligent with it than most of us.
Yeah. The reason why I like holding cash though, I need receipts, and I get it. Receipts can be digital as well, but sometimes you just want
I
that
get mine printed.
right. You just want that paper, like you you want to be able to see it.
I mean, I get both. Like I get them email and printed.
Right.
To some it's tedious, to me it's not. But
Yeah. Diversity. Yes. Yep.
diversified, natural, yeah, and different metals.
Yeah. Like
Once I find out how to go about buying gold,
yeah.
I'm getting to it.
Like all we could do, like I mean, because we protest for so long, and I don't know what
Protesting is out the window. I don't. That word should have came up.
that is like doing that for so many generations is like, and we still here. Like what improvement do we see?
I don't know why people continue to protest. Then nothing gets done. Violence gets shit done. I don't care what nobody say. Like violence gets shit done.
Violence either gets shit done or it just keeps people in line. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Violence
it's
does to get more down violence, but it gets shit done.
yeah. Like you have all these other things going on, man. And it's like, the distraction that we get, especially on social media. Social media ain't talking about this.
Yeah, you can find. It depends on what you like. and what you looking for on social media. That's how I found out about it.
Okay, because I heard about it from you, but one of my mans that I used to work with, he told me about it as well. That's what made me like lock all the way in. Because when you mentioned it, I was also reading a book. Wow.
Yeah, I'm about to say it's definitely who you follow because that's how I
Okay.
found out about shit.
But then you also got, you know what I mean? Like you also got your small outlets that they're not breaking stuff in details. They just throw it out there just to get just to get likes.
I mean that too, but you also that's when you start looking for it on your own. Like,
Yeah.
don't just wait for them.
Mm,
You may even be able to compare notes or swap notes. You're like, well, this is what I found.
right. So what's going to happen with Zell and all of them? They trying to get rid of all of that, or it's still going to
That's
be?
the that's
Yeah.
what it's that's what it sound like the plan is. Like, we'll be in control of everything.
Mm,
Because it's kind of Zelle and like Cash App is kind of an open market. Like, yeah, it's governed, but
yeah.
in their eyes, they could be making more. Everything is about greed with the powers that be. We
Right.
want it all.
Because I mean, what's going to happen when these machines start breaking down? Because they do now.
I
Like,
mean, that's why I'm thinking about going back to school for like AI and stuff like that.
yeah, these machines are not built to just be under their own supervision. Like somebody has to like keep it running. Like, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's engineers, you know what I mean, that
Absolutely.
keep, like, you know what I'm saying? Like engineers, there ain't no way they could lose their jobs because they always going to be needed. As long as this earth is is built on technology or anything that's dealing with, electricity, you know what I mean? Like anything in that sort,
Yeah,
electricians is going to have jobs for for years to come.
yeah. They're under the thumb because they get all these tax breaks and different grants from the government. That's why they
Hmm.
started destroying crops and stuff during the pandemic. They made them.
Right.
They didn't destroy them crops and things of that nature. They was facing heavy fines and other things, and they was watching them to make sure that they destroy their crops too.
Do you think enough people was fighting against this, or everybody was on board,
Everybody's
or
worrying
some,
about
or
fucking.
some people just
Everybody
like,
was worrying about fucking haircuts and shit during the pandemic. Niggas was dead ass like, oh, I want to go outside without a mask. Like,
yeah,
this shit was not. Yeah, people did die from it. We think about it, this shit was nothing more than the flu, bro.
yeah, and you got some
The
that,
flu or pneumonia.
and you got people that were actually working in the hospitals that was talking about that. That was just like, yo, like, know I mean, like, we see what they doing to people in here, and they destroyed those videos. So
Green is OG. How you doing?
that goes to show you how much power they have, man.
The world only opened up because they considered they was losing too much money with everything closed, like these different businesses.
Yeah,
These big corporations losing too much money. That's the only reason why the world opened up. Why oh yeah, you can take your mask off, then people start getting sick. It's definitely been a topic since 1819.
yep, yep. But but yeah, as far as Fed now, I'm gonna look more into that. But that shit definitely made my eyes like light up like a Christmas tree. Like I was just like, wow.
I
I was
want to
like,
learn how to ironsmith now.
oh yeah, I was
The
like Fed.
pandemic,
I like Fed now. That shit sound like it's part of IRS.
Federal Reserve now. You get your money right now
Right.
with the
Like
catch. With the catch.
I was like, wow. Yeah, Fed now. Y'all look that up, man. Like y'all read into that. It's called Fed now. It's supposed to be a new installment that the government has.
The government version of the of Cash App.
Yeah. So from what I heard, about it, we have the authority for right now to decline it or accept it. So, if you accept it, that's on you. But me, I ain't accepting it until they basically give us no choice.
I'm not. I plan on moving out the country.
Like like Leon, but then Leon came back.
No, I'm not coming back. It's one of those. If you come in, let's go.
Yeah.
If not, sometimes you got to handle your biz.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But these are the same people that basically didn't give us no no freedom of speech when they took away women's rights, to abortions.
When did we ever have freedom of speech? I'm talking about people of color. Did did Moss come back?
Oh,
Who's
Most Def?
I
You
don't know.
talking about Most Def?
I don't know. I think he's among Most Def, but I don't think Most Def live in the country anymore either.
I think he's out of here.
I
Yeah,
don't blame him. Now Most didn't come back. Yasin Bey. Did Roger come back? Not to my knowledge. I don't think so.
Roger.
I think I think you're saying like Roger that.
Okay, but yeah, but how you feel about the gun laws? As far as like, do you feel like it's needed?
As as far as what's gun laws,
I mean,
I know
because
the door still. I didn't save up enough money. I should have jumped on that earlier. I mean, it's not too late, but as far as Ghana, that's one of the places I was thinking about. Actually, is number one on my list.
yeah, yeah, because America is falling apart, man.
It's been falling apart. It was built on shit. So you got time now? Yes. Can you send a invite to Dr. Franklin?
Yeah, yeah, I got you right now.
He's one of the smartest people I know. Um,
Was
greetings, Dr. Franklin. How you doing?
Yes,
I'm good.
sir.
I've done this before on Instagram, so this is my first time going live with anybody. Um,
Oh man, I
We
appreciate it
appreciate
for
you.
coming in with us.
no, I could talk about the gun law, so that's why I said okay, I got some time for that. I just
Yeah,
been working on proposals all day today for two clients that I have, so finish that up. So gun laws. Well, I'm in Oklahoma right now, so Oklahoma, Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, Tennessee, uh, Kansas, Missouri, Ohio, Pennsylvania, all the way to New York. I can open carry all the way to New York. My gun's in the car right now, but normally, I have it in a holster right across my shoulder when I'm here. Out in the yard with my dogs, take the garbage out, go
yeah,
walk the dog, just like everybody around here carries guns. It's not even a big thing. I was in a grocery store yesterday, and early in the morning after I left the gym, and I swear I thought these guys were supremacists because they had a handshake, Christian, but it wasn't nothing I'd ever seen before.
yeah,
That,
Uh-huh.
that handshake told me that because they were kind of like I bumped one of them and I was like ready on guard, but I didn't have what I needed with me. It was not even in the car. I left it at home. So I was like, damn,
Hmm.
these guys are supremacists or what? But
yeah.
it's like that around here, except for in the gym. When I go to the gym, you can't bring it in the gym. People
Right.
open carrying in the grocery stores, in liquor stores, every place, every place. I'm sure they're taking it to church too. Wherever they worship, they're bringing it. So first thing I was told, ask you when they pull you over is you got a gun. That's the first thing.
That's the first question they
That's the
ask.
first question
Nah, that's
I have
true.
Friday night. Do you have a gun? I had already.
My
Wow.
first 30 my first 30 minutes in Texas, they was when I got pulled over out the airport and they asked you got a gun. First of all, I'm in the passenger seat. Like, no. I only been in Texas for like 30 minutes. Yeah, I don't have a gun. So,
Everything, hands up, everything. Mother's in the car. Um, Texas was concealed carry. Like when I was down here in graduate school, it was concealed carry, and that was I had a license from 2010, to 2015. 2016, on January 1st, it went from concealed to open carry. If you had a concealed handgun license, like I have the license, I wish I have my wallet. I do. Um, I got it around here somewhere. A license, you don't even have to. If you had a license, you could conceal. I go in the grocery store into There we go. It looks like this.
Okay.
It says you can't see it. You might be able to see it.
I can see it.
The concealed
Concealed
handgun.
Yeah.
handgun.
Right.
Hmm.
So when you got that in Texas, if you had the license to conceal, and you could go anywhere,
Hey,
it
bartender.
didn't really matter. Concealed or open. And they tell you, and this is the law everywhere. This is the domicile. When you go in a hotel room, that's your house, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
You can take a gun and you can take a weapon, a firearm. Let me change. You can have a firearm in your domicile. So your car is considered a domicile. Your
Mm.
car is a domicile. The house, the hotel room that you stay in is a domicile. So it just depends on the state laws, what state you're in.
Right.
But ever since '68, when Reagan did what he did with the Black Panther Party, when they came to Sacramento and brought that, and they outlawed, the semi-automatics for black folks, and
Hmm.
that ever since that time, so we have been disarming as a community
Yeah.
in all the urban areas. Because when you hear the conversations in New York when I'm home, all I hear is from elected leaders and people in Harlem about, because of the crime that happens in the community. I mean, we had 2 murders in the last 2 weeks
Right.
on Lenox, on Malcolm X, and also on Madison on 132nd on my block.
Yeah, I knew one of the kids.
Yeah, so that situation, made everybody kind of nervous, but so people don't want us to have guns. But I think we have to be more educate ourselves more about the laws and understand. Um, I'm thinking forward about how we protect our community. I'm gonna get home if I'm in New York and I need to get to Oklahoma. Something popped off.
Yeah.
Right.
You I'd be ready. So,
Yeah.
um,
So would you recommend everybody to get their license?
I would recommend that everybody educate themselves in, New York City. New York City now has the firearm club in Brooklyn and Long Island. That's
Hmm.
I'm a member of. So I would say join a firearm club. Join the African American um, firearm club, which is based out of Georgia. It's called I can't think of the name of it now, but I'm a member of that club. Membership is $35 a year. You get information, and then join the local club so that you can go to gun ranges and get discounts and learn how to properly use the firearm. The last thing
Okay.
you do is buy a weapon off the street, not that you don't know where it came from. Buy something that you're a responsible person, don't have no criminal record, then you should
Right.
to go purchase a gun. No domestic violence. None of those. I think those are all uh, you know reasonable things to ask about a person who wants to get a gun. Do they meet the minimum criteria around you know
Right.
they have a history of mental health or mental illness or domestic violence, or have they made threats against people? Are they white supremacists? That kind of stuff.
Hmm.
So, but I don't definitely think we should be disarmed as a community. When I see people at the gun range here that are with their children wearing the Levi's or the Rider jeans and the boots,
Yeah.
And the camouflage.
everything you could think
Yep.
in there with it. And I don't, so they're preparing since 2008. They've been preparing since Obama.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
got these dungeons and not dungeons. What do you call them?
DJ MP3 was going on.
These shelters down. They built these underground
Bunkers and different. Yeah.
in Texas and West Texas. I mean, it's as big as my whole backyard underground.
Wow.
And what they need all that for?
Yeah.
For the next
Right.
um, revolution.
Right.
So
Yeah. To be able to be safe.
Yeah.
Right. And so we need to be able to make sure we be safe and protect our families as well.
Right.
So
Greetings,
that's
brothers. Eh?
Well, I
my.
appreciate.
But I appreciate you guys having me on, Christian. It's good to see you as always.
Yes, I
Oh man,
appreciate
it's a
you, man.
pleasure. Man, it's an honor. And honestly, thank you again, Dr. Franklin, for coming on
I'm
and definitely
I'm gonna
educating
be
us.
down your way on, let's see, May 6th. I'll be at Norfolk. One of my mentees is graduating, so I'm coming to
Okay.
graduate. Old Dominion is one of my alma maters as well, so
Okay. Keep me posted.
I will. And
Keep
I'll
me posted. The
close
door is open. You know.
on the 6th and 7th. I'll be back in DC for at least 2 days, so I'll definitely.
Okay,
Hey, brothers,
that works.
are you guys got to disconnect me or?
Well,
Well,
yeah.
I see another square in the room. This is one of my other mentees, Zay Green.
Zay
Yeah,
Green, greetings, brother. How you doing?
bring him. He's a really good brother. He's out in
Got you.
LA. He's he works with Mayweather in his gyms. And he's training some amazing athletes. So
Oh,
he's just
nice.
really
Really,
Wow.
really. Yeah.
absolutely
I can't send them a friend request because I'm on live. People have to send it to me because it was cold in here.
yeah. He's a good guy. I'm proud of him too. So I'm proud of you
Yeah.
guys. So keep doing this. What you're doing. Every time you go outside, I try to see you. I try to pop in and I listen. So I'm I want to know what everybody else thinks, helps me inform decisions about young generations and perhaps some things that I haven't thought about is sharpening my mind about maybe some
Right.
cobwebs that I might have really pushed on in terms of liberation. You guys are pushing that, so it
Yeah.
helps me to start too. So this is about that trend.
Indeed,
We,
indeed.
we appreciate you. Thank
I'll
you.
keep listening. So I don't know how you're gonna disconnect me, but I'm gonna keep listening. So I got
Yeah.
to listen.
Zay, thank you for joining in. I'll send him a friend request when I get off here. They won't allow me to send it.
Back his name is like mine, right? So you see that you're brother.
Yeah, indeed.
All right.
All
Holler at
right.
you.
All right,
Appreciate it.
thank you for coming up.
So just disconnect me now.
All right, disconnect them, Darius.
You got.
Uh, I think he does it.
I do.
Nah, you could do
Yeah.
it because you're spearheading a live. That's your live.
I tell you what. I'll disconnect myself and I'll come back in and listen.
Oh,
All right.
okay, you'll still be on a live, but you just won't be up on the screen.
Yeah. All right. But but yeah, that was definitely information well taken in. But yeah, it's it's important, man, that we all take take in any information we can, not just from us talking about it, but just in general. Like, you know what I mean? Us
Mhm.
as a culture, yeah, we have those lazy traits of not wanting to educate ourselves with. Not all of us. I'm just saying, as far as the majority, we'll listen only when it's full blunt in our face. Like we won't.
It's deeply rooted. It's deeper than that.
Yeah,
But I get what you're saying.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man, to the second question.
Hmm.
As far as, black fathers losing, leadership in the household and the respect. Um,
Hmm.
is that due to those men, not sacrificing, whatever energy they need to for their families, or uh, uh is that the women being, greedy to kick the men out the house so they can, you know, get the money than actually have like a male figure?
Um,
I think it's 50-50.
I think it's both.
Yeah.
I think we saw the same video.
Hmm.
We got this thing that we got this infatuation with want to keep up or be like our European or Eurocentric counterparts,
Right.
both genders, male and female. And I do think that a lot of those parents from back then, when we started losing our dads in the household, they were sacrificing. They couldn't get the proper jobs and things of that nature. And
Right.
when one it's definitely psychological warfare. When it's no, I like is a term I like to use. Either you feed your dogs or you become the meal. You know.
Yeah.
So so
Like
when
I feel like I mean like child support and all that, it just didn't get created to not destroy households. Like it got created to basically say, listen, do you
not even
really
child
need
support, public assistance in general, like
yeah. But it's like, you know what I mean, like even child support, you know, government, they take some of that too. So they're like, yeah, you know,
hey sis, how you doing?
the government like, yeah, he ain't shit. You know what I mean? Like, let's both get this money, sis.
Yeah, it's crazy. I myself was on public assistance at one time. Actually, me and Lindsay was on the same case. I told her initially, like, yo, if you put me on this case, you're gonna end up getting less. You know, I was in a rough patch. We both was kind of in a rough patch.
Yeah,
Sure enough, she put me on the case, and the money went down. I was like, I told, not to say I told you, but yeah,
yeah.
you know, you're gonna get less. Like, you know, but
But hold
it's
on, look, I
by design. Yeah, if a man is on a woman's case, not her public assistance will go down.
oh, okay, okay, got you.
So let's just say if I was mentally unstable and I couldn't, you know, obtain a job or a decent job due to my mental or whatever, or just say if I had a certain handicap or something.
Yeah,
So the argument is already going to come about. I don't make enough money. Forget why I can't, you know. So you know, most men, you know, they're gonna after a while anybody is gonna do whatever they need to do to get money or take not only themselves, but let's just say they got a family, right?
yeah.
So doing moving or doing something illegal or quick is not out of the question.
How? Because you know, we both experience not as far as like ourselves, but we know people that have experience. You know what I mean? Like doing whatever they can, you know, for their kids. And
Nah, even with children involved, it won't go down as significantly as if it's just a male and female. But if once a man is on that case with the children, they will lose. They won't take as much as they would without the children, but they still lose some.
yeah, but as far as the love, like the love of money has like the value, and this goes back to the first question. The love of money basically got replaced for a long time as far as like just having that male figure in the house. Now, yeah,
That's
you do
trying
gotta
to keep up with our white counterpart.
yeah, counterpartners, yeah. You know, you gotta, you know, in order for me to feel like I'm on her level, but she, you know, her skin complexion is different from mine. How can I, you know, how can I get this money? Like, fuck having a man. How can I get this
The,
money, you know, to make me feel like I'm just as superior as her? And it's like,
the the men do too. Like
yeah, of
the
course,
money we get our version, our idea. We have money. We can get any woman I
it's
want.
the
If we got
power. Yes,
years, the power that come with it, kind of like our European counterparts. You know, our American European counterparts, for lack of better word.
yeah,
They equate stature with love and different things, and they forget about the foundation of things.
right,
And us as people of color, we try to copy that. Like, oh, I got money too. Like, well,
yeah.
we just spend it differently. They unfortunately
So,
we starting to wake up, but you know,
right, but we waking up while the value is already dropping. So yeah, we got no choice but to wake up now, because eventually that $10 in your wallet, or that $100 in your
shit
wallet,
gonna be worth
in your
a
wallet,
dollar 25.
yeah, it's gonna be that value is gonna be real low. So yeah, you could take it, but you ain't gonna get much back for it. That's like, remember the food stamps? Jason used to be in the books.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I
Got a
think
lot of
about
sandwiches, cold sandwiches, and all for that. I'm a
like
product of that.
I remember that. I remember those days, man. Like even using that at the Chinese spot. Try using
That's
that.
a fact
Try using that at the Chinese spot now. That thing been lost value.
because it's on a card now.
Right. So they replaced it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Not just that, but also well, yeah, Social Security too, because Social Security at one point was a paper check, and
Yeah.
they put that on debit. yo, like we coming into this new generation, man. Like it's gonna be scary, but at the same time, it's like it's only scary when you don't know shit.
It's already here though. That's the crazy part.
Well, yeah, it's still in development.
Nah,
Uh,
it's already here.
well,
Development is for us to keep us calm.
true. What would be
Word.
what would be your last message as far as like with the two topics we spoke about? How would you end it?
Educate yourself. Educate. Plan. Yeah, they build up for businesses and longevity for financial freedom.
Mm,
That's what I said. They thinking is different.
uh-huh. I would say we all need to live, but we shouldn't live for money to feel alive.
Man, I wish somebody. I wish I know it's. I wish I know it was people. I wish it was people on this live that need to hear this because I know some people that need to hear that.
Or what I just said?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that was something I was like practicing in my head because when I was gonna write it down, but then I was like memorizing it like a song. So I was just like, yeah, we all need money to live, but we shouldn't live for money to feel alive. Like now I'm saying,
No,
so it's
it's
like,
great. You know what's crazy? Before we actually transition into this cashless thing, and
yeah,
before the card apps takes off, it's gonna be a part when we got to learn how to fucking pick fruit and stuff like that. A lot of people don't know how to grow nothing. I mean, granted, the only thing I know how to grow is lemons, but a lot of people don't know how to grow shit. People don't know what plants to pick. I see a bunch of dandelion all day. I know what I could do with dandelion.
yeah,
I know how to pick fruit and things of that nature. So
make that an independent topic. Oh yeah, we'll definitely
agree.
we'll touch more on that next week. We'll touch more on that next week. Chris came up with these two topics. So now I'm saying like even though I'm the host, he ran he ran these topics off to me, and I was like, yo, why not?
I'm Mr. Serious all the time. These are the things I like to talk about. I don't be caring about this relationship shit. Because I know it's rare when shit gets thick, 9 times out of 10 they're gonna run anyway.
Yeah,
So that's why I always move like I'm by myself,
right.
even with someone.
Yeah. But yeah, man, appreciate you, my brother. It seems like our other co-host he wasn't able to make it, but
Mm,
we ran it smooth though.
mm. Yeah, indeed.
We ran it smooth. I know he'll probably look at it to be he'll be upset, but he'll be proud at the same time.
Oh, you at work? That's why I was
Yeah.
stuck in the hole, literally.
All
Yeah.
right, T. But we appreciate everybody for tuning in. Whether you stayed on for a few minutes, you was watching the whole time. You know what I mean? Like we love y'all. And bro, I appreciate you for coming up with these two topics, man.
No
Um,
problem. I'll be having a lot of these, but I be trying not to disturb the groove of things.
nah. Listen,
You
we
know,
could always like throw these in the mix. You know what I mean? Like I come up with my questions, but
these are
these type of things need to be heard too.
yeah.
But love you, bro.
Love you more
Until next week, we'll see y'all
for sure though.
later.